That was off the dome.
All right.
Scraped it right
So,
off the rind of the glizzy.
over the past, it wasn't this weekend. It was last weekend.
Last
was
weekend.
the opening weekend for the new Demon Slayer movie in Japan, which is going to be released in the U.S. in 2021, right?
Yeah, I thought I saw January, but I doubt that's correct.
Let's hope it's January. But this movie broke records with the amount of money it made opening weekend, which is fucking crazy to think about.
Because a bunch of sweaty weeaboos went and saw it.
Dude, there's a lot of fucking sweaty weeaboos in
You're
Japan if
preaching
that's
to
the case.
you're preaching to the choir right now. Look at this table.
Bet I am simp.
Anyway,
Yeah, we have on opening weekend, they made $43.85 million US
That's
dollars.
fucking
what
insane.
is it? Do you have that in yen?
That would be, what is it, 43 million? It'd be like,
43
Gosh.
million, it'd be like 4.3
add two,
billion.
yeah, it's like 4.3 billion
That is
yen.
a fuck.
Almost
ton of money.
4.4.
That's nanners.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
43 for an anime movie of all things. That's
Yeah, like think about I mean, I don't know much about regular movies that come out in Japan. Like India has Bollywood. I don't know what Japan has.
Fuji Wood.
Fujiwood, we'll call it that. But I don't know any like Japan single films besides like some horror movies, like two.
What? What?
India has like Bollywood. It's like
Yeah,
the version of
Bollywood.
Hollywood.
Have you
Yeah.
heard Bollywood?
No, I have. It's just you guys like went back and forth in a comedy skit and it ended with the punchline being Fuji Wood, and then you just completely ignored it.
Yeah, dude, that's how we roll.
What happened?
Wait, are we doing good? I got my inspiration from my
But, like-
Setsu opening act.
I can't really name like any Japanese movies besides I think like maybe one, and it's a horror movie from like the 90s.
Oh, okay.
They did.
What about Godzilla?
Okay, but like besides those, like super big blockbuster movies like Hollywood equivalent.
Well, they did. They were. I watched a video about Japanese movies, specifically horror. They were huge in the horror genre with like movies like The Ring.
I thought The
Or,
Ring was South Korean.
No, that is a Japanese
No,
original.
it's Japanese
Yeah.
actually.
They were really good with horror movies, like in the 90s.
That's what I'm saying,
And like
in
the
the
2000s, they were really good with horror movies. But like you were saying, with like other types of movies, I don't really know any either.
So like me not knowing much about the film industry, even if I wasn't a weeb, like you're still hearing about the amount of money this movie made on opening weekend, and it is an anime film at that, which is kind of weird since anime is more of a or typically seen as not as popular amongst like everybody.
It's a niche hobby.
Yeah, so it's
Dude, this guy said
crazy.
niche.
It's crazy to see a film
Big vocabulary.
like this, like an anime film, this public with this much appreciation and everyone going to see it and making this much money on opening weekend. I think it's just absolutely wild to see.
Super dope, honestly.
It's pretty epic.
It is epic.
Makes me kind of happy.
Makes me happy because not only are people enjoying it, but it's growing the audience of the anime genre.
Yeah, at least I could agree with that. Like in the mainstream more, it kind of movies like this that are connected to animes that have become more of a household thing. It's cool to see them like get big, like 'cause that proves like there's an audience.
Yeah, we really haven't seen anything quite like it since like the shows we grew up with. We were going over this earlier, and Jonathan mentioned like Naruto, Dragon Ball, Pokemon,
Yeah.
shows like that. Like those shows really broke into the Western market.
Those to kids like in the West, like in the US, those were like just cartoons. Like we didn't even know what the fuck anime was.
But it's still a form of media that for a lot of things in the Asian markets are very difficult to break into Western markets. So getting that form of like media over here is actually it's cool to see, kind of integrate those with Western culture, because it's kind of difficult to find, especially with like music. But it's cool to see like these shows are still super popular, and they played a major impact on all four of us, like growing up.
Would you consider like Nintendo games like Mario and that kind of stuff like in this category?
Of what?
Like things from the East that are super popular in the West.
Yeah.
because Mario is definitely 100% a household name.
Just
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo and the least.
Nintendo's. I think Nintendo's like was like one of the most successful companies at making like a foreign thing feel domestic. You know,
Yeah.
they did a fantastic job. I mean, like I guess like in the beginning it was a little different because then it was just like, oh, it's a Nintendo game. It's from Japan. Oh, that's great. And then they like formed like Nintendo of America and shit. And then like the American half of Nintendo can be like, oh, well, here's what we do to appeal to the Western audience and stuff like that. But like, I think they were easily the most successful at becoming a foreign thing made domestic.
Other than like car brands, easily
Oh, yeah,
Nintendo's
yeah, car
topping
brand-
it.
car
I
brands.
wouldn't even throw that really in there though, because
Luke actually has an interesting fact.
Shoot.
So, did you know that the Pokemon games, how the original Red and Blue, there's actually a green version that's Japanese only.
Really?
And when they were being domesticated over, it took them 2 years to domesticate over. So in 96, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green were released in Japan. And in 98, Red and Blue were released in America.
I thought it was yellow.
Yellow came out later.
That's one thing that upsets me about something made in Japan that's super popular in the U.S. It doesn't even have to be super popular, but like that, for example, if you are really big into Pokemon and you finish Red and Blue and you're like,
Fact check.
and you know that like Green exists,
Before I
right?
say it.
You can't fucking do anything about it unless you somehow see. This is like, when did these? You said what? 98.
6.
96 is when they were released in Japan. 98 is when they were
When the
domesticated.
fuck was like eBay invented? Because
Early.
Oh,
you
early
really have
2000s.
like almost no way of getting a hold of Pokemon Green if eBay wasn't around at this time. Like
Yeah.
you were just kind of fucked.
eBay was founded September 3rd, 1995.
Okay, so chances are it'd even still be hard as fuck to get a hold of
1995.
this.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm surprised too.
Hell yeah,
It
eBay.
probably wasn't crazy popular.
Well, I mean, the
but-
thing is with that too is that the internet wasn't readily available. In
yeah, it was
Yeah.
very difficult.
Dude,
to
we have
ascertain.
dial-up.
In
hated dial-up.
but anyway, like you're still into this. You're still kind of fucked because you can't play it. Like in our case, Baby Metal has songs specific in Japan on their albums only that we can't get, and like they're not even on fucking Spotify.
Yeah, it sucks.
So we have to go to YouTube.
It's like
to
one of the
listen to
best
them.
songs that's only available in Japan.
It's, I mean, it just, that upsets me. It's not like, fuck Japan for that. It's just, damn, I want what they have.
It's kind of the same over there. You know Chris Broad, obviously.
Yeah.
He's very big into cinema, and it takes like 6 to 7 months for a movie that was released, say in like England or here, just to get over in Japanese theaters.
That's what it is.
It's like 6 to 7 months, so
What?
it's kind of the same
Okay.
thing.
When, Jay, you can go right after this. Say a U.S. film goes over to Japan.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Say a U.S. film goes over to Japan.
Yeah.
Do they just add subtitles and keep the audio? Or is it, like, dubbed over in theaters?
They I think add subtitles
That's epic.
because I see a lot of TV shows that are from here with subtitles. Audio's the same.
All right, that's interesting.
Does Japan have dubs?
I'm sure. But all I've seen has been subtitles.
Is that your throat or your ass?
That was my throat. That felt weird.
That sounded like ass monster.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, like going back to games and things that are, that were like domesticated. So the series Earthbound is one of the best RPG games, turn-based RPG games out there. And they made the games Mother. So before like the Earthbound titles, there was Mother and Mother 2. So Mother 1 you could get over here, and it was translated over to English and stuff, and you could buy it. To this day, Mother 2 has not been imported to an American market. It's
When did these come out?
like the fucking 90s. Like, yeah, look up when did Mother come out, just like the first one. But like to this day, you still can. They're old. You can't get. I think, or it's Mother 3, the one, because you can't get Mother 2. Mother 3 is the one that you can't get in America. Sorry.
Mother came out in 1989.
Yeah, and you
89.
can't. And when did Mother 3 come out? Because that's the one you can't get over here.
Bro, you're just SOL. These are never getting
2006.
dubbed.
What?
2006.
Okay, so the first and second one are done. Like they're over here, you can buy them. The third one though, they never made it English, and they never made it so you can get it over here.
Last I heard, there was a big fan translation that was being created.
Yeah, there's like emulators that
as
you can
like
play
an
it on. But
emulated
you can't get
fan
like a
translation.
like
You
if,
can't get
if
a
you want like
cartridge.
the collectors, like if you're a collector, you want the physical copy, you have to get it in Japanese.
Is that just because it wasn't very popular
It was an
here?
incredibly popular series. It still is a very, very popular series. But like,
Was
now-
it when it was released, like in 2006? Because like that could have been
I know
incentive
the
not to
I
do
know
it.
the first one was received well. I don't know about the other two.
Well,
Oh, this hurt my soul.
What?
Mother 3 was in 2006. It was available for the Game Boy Advance and the Wii U.
the Wii U. Whoa! Hold on. Let's take a step back.
Wii U was out that early.
No. That's not what I'm concerned about. That they were still porting games for the Game Boy Advance and the Wii U at the same time.
Yeah.
When
Wait.
did the Game Boy Advance get released?
Microsoft loves backwards compatibility.
This
dude.
is Nintendo, not Microsoft.
Or Nintendo. I'm sorry.
Wait, when did the Wii U get released? Isn't
Wii-
that new?
Yeah,
Or-
It was 2012, but they did like you could play it on the Wii U.
Oh, so backwards
Oh, it's just backwards.
compatibility.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant
That's
it was
all
like
it was. No, it was a
out.
download.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
dude. I thought you said they
No,
were
no,
still
no.
like porting the game for.
It
the,
was originally for
Holy
the Game
shit.
Boy Advance.
I wonder when the last
Okay.
Game Boy Advance game came out. You know, the last Wii game came out like last year, or no, 2018.
I love the
No, Just
the
Dance
Wii.
2020.
Yeah. Oh, it's this year.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
the
the
last
last
Wii game.
Wii game
Yeah, it's
ever.
coming out, and then they're
Rip.
done.
Rip to a king.
Yeah, the Wii is gonna become a dead console.
The best-selling console of all time.
Yeah,
I love the Wii. Such a classic, honestly.
40
Dude.
million units or something.
Oh my god,
It's
I
like
remember.
120.
Oh
or
yeah, 40
something.
million's the Switch.
I remember getting my GameCube and my Wii. I remember the night that I got my Wii, my dad got off work and went to GameStop and stood in a line and then surprised me when he came home with a fucking Wii.
That's fucking
And
epic.
it was like the most excited I had ever been for anything ever because it's the fucking Wii. If
Yeah.
you didn't have a Wii, you were a loser.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't have a Wii for so long. I felt horrible. Like Jonathan had a Wii.
got one the Christmas that
we'd
came
always
out,
play
yeah.
his. I'd be like, I want a freaking Wii,
Well,
Mom.
like that was the thing. Is like in school, if you didn't have a Wii, you were a
Yeah.
fucking dweeb.
Everyone's like talking about their Me. Look at this funny Me I made. I'm like,
Like, what the hell?
I don't have a Me.
Like, I want to make a me. I
Yeah.
had a me on like my friends' consoles, but not mine because I didn't
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, Kyle made Obama.
And he made Peter,
Peter
Griffin,
Griffin.
too.
No, he made Obama. Obama is Obama with a flat top.
It's great.
Oh, Kyle.